What's up, YouTube? It's Gmo here, bringing you another new episode of 2004Scape Lost City. This episode has something incredibly fantastic in it. It is the first episode where I quit playing with game sounds on. So now I don't have to edit around the game sounds and volume, which is amazing. I don't have to blow out your eardrums with random hill giant noises. So sorry about that. Thank you for sticking with me through that. However, this isn't the first episode where I figured out that my mic volume was turned way down on my computer. That will be, I believe, the first episode with members content. That being said, if you would like for me to make a montage style video and skip through and kind of fast forward the free-to-play content, let me know down below. If you want me to skip it entirely and get straight into the members content, also let me know on that as well. The reason I say that is my clips are still from March. They are about 3 weeks behind when members content released, and they are also approximately a month behind today's date, so make sure you let me know down in the comments below on that. Without further ado, let's go straight into the video. I was killing moss giants for better runes. I got a couple decent rune drops there. They drop your cataclytic runes a little bit more commonly than hill giants, and I got some pretty good drops there. I logged out for about 30-40 minutes and came back, and every single world was full, so I just went back to hill giants. I managed to get 32 mage, which is awesome. I can now use teleport to Varrock and Lumbridge. Lumbridge is fairly useless in this state of the game. Whenever I go to woodcut at Draenor, it'll be decent, but other than that, it is pretty useless. I don't really have a whole lot of gold left, but I do have a ton of pure essence, so I will be, or rune essence, I will be using that to make money, obviously. But I'm glad I went ahead and used up about 800 runes, because now I can cast a couple teleports. I'm not going to use them right now, maybe whenever I quest, and maybe when I'm far away from an area that I plan on camping out at, more specifically Varrock, because that's pretty much the only important one. But I am going to go ahead and deposit all of my stuff into the bank and go back to Runecrafting for quite a while, just to make some money. Let's go ahead and deposit everything we've got, and I will show you the bank. I did get some decent arrow drops as well, and I did buy about 1,000 air runes for about 5 each, so I spent about 5k on air runes. Not really too bad. I got about 3k cash left. I got 3 ruby drops, I think, in one trip at hill giants earlier before I switched over to the moss giants. Got 42 natures, 8 law runes. I used one to teleport to Varrock because all the worlds were full. And I got a ton of limpwort roots. I think I got like 8 or 9, maybe 10 limpwort roots while grinding out the hill giants earlier. 40 steel arrows, 30 iron, and 34 bronze. Not too bad there. Probably use up the bronze arrows, really, because anything I kill from now on is going to drop iron or steel. They're probably not going to drop any bronze. And also got a couple death runes here. Now, these things are extremely rare. They're going to be extremely rare when membership drops even, because I don't think the quest to craft them is out yet. So we'll go ahead and stack these up. I probably won't use them for really much of anything. Maybe to get my god spells. Even then, those use blood runes, don't they? Yeah, those use bloods. So I probably won't use any of those. I might not even use blood runes outside of doing my mage arena training. I'll probably just sell them because mind runes are extremely cheap and the GP per XP is pretty low. I also got a ton of these shields whenever I did Shield of Arav. And while I was in the basement, I went ahead and picked up an iron axe, dropped my bronze axe. I think my
bank is full now, though. So I might need to go ahead and do some quests and maybe even train some ranged up just a little bit so I can equip my hard leather body that I have and get rid of this. I'm not sure of the level of this. Oh, I can just go ahead and equip it. Cool. So I guess I can just drop my leather body. I think it might be defense based for the leather body. So I think I'm going to sell it just for a couple gold. The bank's pretty full though. I don't really plan on doing a whole lot that's going to stack up the bank. A whole lot more than it already is though. Well, this is tragic. I just went AFK in Falador after walking all the way there, and I was in the bank, went AFK for just a moment because I needed to get up for a minute, and I knew I was going to log out. For some reason, I thought that the bank was a safe space from random events, and by the looks of it, getting teleported all the way to Al-Kharid, I probably missed a genie random event within the minute that I went AFK. So that's sad, and now I have to walk all the way back to Falador to start runecrafting again. Anyways, just a quick update. I did some AFK woodcutting while I was editing a few of the videos, and I managed to get 33 woodcutting, which is pretty solid. I have an Addy axe that I bought from someone now, and I can chop willows, so the XP is coming in pretty quick. I was using the iron axe I found in the Varrock sewers to get all the way up to 31, which really woodcutting early is pretty quick. It's relatively quick, and it's AFK, so it wasn't really that painful to do. Especially while I was editing videos, I didn't really even notice that I was getting as many levels as I did. Anyways, though, I am going to go runecraft all this essence and hopefully get some money out of it. This is going to be 33 runecrafting. Pretty big milestone level because now I can make 4 times air runes, which, depending on the price you sell them at, is about break even if you do air runes. Air runes are definitely faster than doing mind runes, but I think I'm gonna stick with mind runes all the way to 43. That's whenever I can make 4 times mines. Still quite a ways to go. I think I'm going to try to sell my mind runes here soon. I only got about 500 to 600 essence left, so I will try to sell that, then buy some more essence, craft some more runes, rinse and repeat until at least 43, maybe 44. It's gonna really just depend on my gold situation, because I would like to be able to upgrade my gear and get ready for Dragon Slayer. I think whenever I go to do Dragon Slayer, I will hopefully have full rune and maybe like an Addy plate body and not worry too much about a rune chain, because it's just not going to sell for too much, and I'm going to want a rune plate body as soon as possible after I get the quest done. It will still be a while though before I do the quest. I still have about 4 quests, 5 quests maybe, 4 quests before I want to do that. That's going to be my last quest. Most of these pretty quick and easy. Ernest the Chicken is quick and easy. Pirate's Treasure, Prince Alley Rescue, all 3 of those are pretty quick and very easy. Black Knight's Fortress, it's pretty easy. I don't think it's very quick though. I could be wrong. Yeah, most of these quests though are pretty quick. Demon Slayer's probably the longest one because you have to run from Varrock all the way down to the Wizard's Tower to get a key, and all the way through the sewers. But anyways, 33 runecrafting. I will update you guys once I get 43. So I sold all of my runes and bought some more essence at a decent price. I definitely made a little bit of a profit. I have some leftover GP, so If I remember correctly, this shield isn't too expensive. I'm going to try and pick it up. I know it's under 2K, but for some reason I think I'm just a smidge short on being able to buy this. Hopefully I'm not, though, because I would really like to have this shield. Okay, so we'll hop around to a different world really quick. Alright, let's see if she has it in stock here. Nothing. I'm gonna feel like Sea Engineer here soon. Nothing, 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 nothing. Alright, third time's the charm, I guess. Let's see if this world. Nothing. Attempt number 4. Please have this shield. Nothing. Attempt number 5. Nothing. Alright, Cassie, this is attempt number 6. God. Nothing. Attempt number 7, I believe. Nothing. Attempt 9 is nothing. Okay, this is attempt 9, not the last one. Nothing. Alright, last attempt. Nothing. Okay, I'm gonna hop back to World 1 and probably Runecraft for a little bit and then check back later. It seems like the respawn time is about 15 minutes, which isn't too bad. However, I'm not going to waste my time world hopping anymore. I will be in Falador for a while, so I can just check in periodically and hopefully snag it. Alright, so I managed to buy about 1,700 essence for 25 each. I am going to mine the last like 600-700 essence I need. It should only take me about an hour. So I'm gonna do that and then once again craft all my essence, and hopefully by the time I hit 42 I can make a consistent profit without needing to haggle people on prices. Sell my mines at 8 each and buy my essence around 25 each or so, and I'm sure by the time that I get all this essence crafted, the price of essence will go up. I'm only shooting for 42 right now, but once I hit 44, the profit should be pretty consistent as soon as membership comes out with nature runes. If I was to buy at 25 each and sell at 8 each as of right now, I am losing about 1 gold per, so I'm going to try and shoot for 9 each at least until I hit 42. But at 8 each, I can make about 7 gold per essence, which isn't too bad. It will actually add up quite a bit, and I'll grind that out for about 2 more levels, and once I hit 44, I will probably quit runecrafting entirely, at least during the free-to-play phase of this game, and start focusing on finishing up my quest log, rounding out my stats, probably get ranged up a little bit. I might do some runecrafting just to make some money after I hit 42. I'd like to be able to hold on to a handful of essence, though, and just have that prepared for whenever membership comes out. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to sell it or not, but I would say 2 levels of essence will make me a pretty good amount of money, and I could probably mine about 1,000 essence relatively quickly for when membership does come out, if it does come out to it, because I do want to get full rune. Maybe not so much with the plate body, because the plate body is very expensive, but rune full, rune legs, rune sword, because the scimitar is extremely overpriced, and you'll be able to get those pretty easily once membership comes out as well. So I don't really think it's all that worth it to buy one right now. The rune sword is pretty close in terms of DPS to the scimitar. It is a little bit lackluster, but it's not too far behind. But yeah, I think I'm going to grind out some combats once I hit 44, maybe even 42. I'm not entirely sure how far I want to go with it, but I definitely want to get 44 before membership comes out, because that's where the money will start to roll in. Something else that I have been doing is, as I craft the runes, I've been listing them on the markets, and it's been working out pretty well. especially selling them at 9 each, the price that I want to. Usually within an hour or so, I get a PM for someone wanting a good handful of runes, and if not, while I'm running back and forth, I just kind of browse the market and hope that I can get my hands on some runes. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. Get my hands on some money, get people to meet me somewhere. So it's taking me a little bit longer to mine some of these, or to craft some of these runes, because I am going out of my way to make sure they get sold as I go, so my cash stack goes up and I don't have to worry about trying to sell them all at once. And it's actually been working out extremely well. It seems like almost as soon as I get about 1,000, I list them, and within an hour or so, people usually want to buy them. So I'm going to continue to do that. I've been selling them at 9 each, like I said, and they've been selling pretty well. So I want to keep the price there unless I just really need to quickly dump them at 8 each. Alright, so I am in Falador, and I have been fairly regularly checking the shield shop. Please do not buy the shield. Buy one. Oh, I sniped one. I don't know if that's what he was going for. He might be just selling steel kite shields. But I did snipe a mithril square. I have not seen hardly any of them in stock, and that's the first time since I started looking for them that I've actually found one in stock. So I do have the mithril square shield now. I'm gonna sell my iron and get back to runecrafting since I've been spending so much time here. This is a crazy defense bonus though, so we're at about plus 10s, give or take a couple with the iron, and with the mithril we're at plus 15, almost plus 20 in some, so that is a pretty big upgrade. I'm gonna sell this shield though, bank my mithril one, and get back to runecrafting. Alright, this is going to be the last trip for 42 runecrafting. I am going to drop all of this essence here and pick it up and just craft them at 4x. Just because I do have some more in the bank, but not a whole lot. Not enough to sustain me to 43 or even 44. But I am going to go ahead and craft this. This should get me the level. We will see. Yes, 42. And we'll pick this up, craft the rest of it, and we are going to collect a handful of quest items, so that way I can knock out the rest of these quests. These two quests I don't think require any items that aren't obtainable in the quest. This definitely requires a medium helmet and chain body. I know I need some soft clay, iron bar maybe. Maybe it's a bronze bar. I'm not entirely sure. I do know I need some items for that. I need berries that I dropped because my bank was full. Not a big deal, but I do need berries to do Prince Alley Rescue. Pirate's Treasure, I think I need a spade. I'm not sure if there's too much to that. But most of these quests do not require very many items, except for maybe Prince Alley Rescue. I think I need balls of wool and rope and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I'm about to barrage you guys with some quests. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, let's make sure to smash the hell out of that like button for more 2004Scape content, and eventually back to old school RuneScape content. I'm actually starting to play old school RuneScape again on the side. So maybe eventually I'll get back to some OSRS content. Probably not progress videos though, as I'm already doing that in 2004Scape. If you want more content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Gmo out.